Hi students, welcome back to today's class of Chemical Equations and Reactions Part 2. In the last session, we studied about what are the characteristics of chemical reactions and how do we identify the chemical reactions has occurred. So, how do we identify the chemical reactions has been occurred? Like if there is a change of state and color, if there is a release of gas, formation of precipitate, etc., we can find out that a chemical reaction has occurred. Okay, so it was the last session we discussed. Okay, if you did not watch that video till now, please do watch that video and get an idea. Okay, and please do watch the video about how to write chemical formulae. Okay, that which is very important in this part to learn. So in this part we are going to study about how do we balance a chemical equation. So before we learn about how do we balance a chemical equation, let us learn few points like what is actually a chemical equation. So chemical equation is nothing but a short form representation of a chemical reaction in terms of symbol and formulae is known as a chemical equation. So here we used a word symbol and formulae. So what does that word symbol indicates? Symbol is nothing but shorthand representation of an element. Okay, like for example sodium is an element. So we represent these with the help of a symbol. The symbol of sodium is Na. Like magnesium, magnesium symbol is Mg. Right? Is it clear? So these are the element representation. Like iron, we represent as Fe, lead as Pb. Okay? So that those are called as an symbols. Okay, the next formula. What is formula? It is short form representation of a compound. Okay, so what does it tells? For example, H2O, right, is a compound. Why? Because it is formed by the combination of different types of atoms. If it forms with the same type of atoms, we call it as molecules, where the characteristic properties of atoms, okay, before and after combining remains the same. Whereas here in this case, in the formation of water molecule, here 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Right, here there is a combination of different types of atoms. We call these as a compound. Okay, is it clear for everyone? So here what does this compound tells to us? It tells about the number of atoms of an element that are present in a compound. So it tells us the number of atoms. The number which is written below here, it tells about the number of atoms. So how many atoms of hydrogens are present? 2 atoms. Like that in the same way, oxygen nothing but it's a 1. Okay, for example, we'll take one more example. CaO. So how many atoms of calcium are present? 1. Oxygen 1. So in that way we can know the number of atoms that are present in a compound. Okay, so this is what we call as a chemical equation. Short form of writing chemical reaction, short form of writing chemical reaction with the help of symbol and formula is known as chemical equation. Let us try to learn. In the first activity we studied that. What do we studied in the previous session? So what do we studied in the previous sessions? We studied a few activities like, so magnesium. Magnesium reacts with oxygen, forms magnesium oxide. This is what the reaction that we have studied. So to represent this reaction, it is quite a long form, right? Is it clear? So which is written like this? If it is written like this, magnesium plus oxygen gives you magnesium oxide. So this is word form, right? Writing in this form, it is a quite long one, and if you write in this form, we call it as an word form, right? Is it clear? So what does this magnesium oxygen indicates to us in a reaction? This magnesium and oxygen indicates that these are reactants, and this magnesium oxide is a product. Is it clear for everyone? So which are reacting, which are involved in a chemical reaction, we call them as a reactants. Which are formed after a chemical reaction between magnesium and oxygen, we call them as product. And if you observe these chemical equation very carefully, reactants are the one which are written on the left hand side, and product are the one which are written on the right hand side. Always when you write a chemical equation, we should write reactants on the left hand side, product on the right hand side. Is it clear for everyone? Let us try to write the equation for the second activity that which we discussed. We discussed that calcium oxide reacts with water, forms calcium hydroxide, right? Is it not? So this is a quite long form, right? If you write in a word form, so what are reactants here? Calcium oxide and water are the reactants. Calcium oxide plus water. So what it is giving to us? Calcium hydroxide. So this we call word equation. So if we write this word equation with the help of symbol and formulae, we call it as a chemical equation. So what is the formula of calcium oxide? It is CaO. Right? How do we write the formula of calcium oxide? So what is the charge of calcium? It is 2 plus. Charge of oxygen minus 2. Just cross the charge. Right? So as the charges are same, we can cancel out. Now formula becomes CaO. Right? So if you don't know how to write a formula, please watch that video, previous video, where we made about how to write a chemical formula. Right? So formula of calcium oxide is CaO, water is H2O. It forms calcium hydroxide, CaOH taken twice. Now this we call it as what? The balanced, this we call it as skeletal equation. Is it clear for everyone? So what is skeletal equation? The equation which is written with the help of symbol and formula, we call it as skeletal equation. Okay, this is what the equation for the second reaction that we studied. Okay, let us try to write the equation for the third one. In these equation, what are reactants? So these are the reactants, right? What are products? Calcium hydroxide is a product. If you observe very carefully, so we have written calcium oxide and water on the left hand side, calcium hydroxide on the right hand side. So we call them as reactants and we call these as product. One more point you have to remember, if we have more than one reactant or a product, we should separate them with a plus sign between them. So here I have two reactants, so those two reactants are separated by plus sign. In the same way, if we find more than two products, okay, we should separate them by plus sign between them. And remember, this arrow mark indicates direction of reaction. So in which direction it is taking place, means it indicates the direction of formation of product. Okay, now let us try to write the equation for the third one, that activity which we discussed earlier. So what is that third activity we have discussed? So okay, barium chloride, BaCl2, reacts with the sodium sulfate. It forms a precipitate called barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Here barium chloride and sodium sulfate are reactants, right? And barium sulfate and sodium chloride, these are products. So in these, barium chloride and sodium sulfate are reactants and barium sulfate and sodium chloride are product. Okay, so here I have more than two reactants separated by plus sign between them. So here I have more than two products separated between plus sign between them, and this arrow mark indicates the direction of reaction. Is it clear? So this is how do we write chemical equations. Remember, always we need to write reactants on the left hand side, product on the right hand side, right? If we have more than one reactant or product, we should separate them by plus sign. And one more point you have to remember, if there is, okay, like hydrogens, if it was asked hydrogens, we should write in the form of diatomic form. Hydrogens, nitrogens, chlorine, bromine, right, oxygen, nitrogen, always this should be written in diatomic form. For example, hydrogen plus oxygen give you water. So how do I write chemical equation? What is the formula of this one? Hydrogen H2. We should write hydrogen as H2, not as elemental form. Why? Because hydrogen is a diatomic molecule which is formed by the combination of two hydrogen atoms plus oxygen O2 gives rise H2O. So H2 and O2 are the reactants, H2O is a product. So these are what, how do we write chemical equations, that what we discussed in the previous sessions. Okay, now here let us try to learn few more about chemical equations. So after writing chemical equations, it is very important to note down that the number of atoms which are involved in the chemical reactions before and after should be equal. Why? That we call balanced chemical equation, right? If number of atoms on the left hand side of an equation and right hand side of an equation are equal, then such a equation we call it as balanced chemical equation. Then a question comes, why do we need to balance a chemical equation? Alright, why we need to balance means according to law of conservation of mass, right? Mass is neither created nor destroyed but can be transferred from one form to another form. Okay, so here in a chemical reaction the ultimate particle is an atom. Atom is the one ultimate particle which are involving in the chemical reactions. So those atoms, what happens in these chemical reactions, actually the arrangement of atoms takes place, bond making and bond breaking arrangement of atoms takes place among themselves. That is the reason why number of atoms before a reaction and after reaction should be equal, that is according to law of conservation of mass. Hence a chemical equation should be balanced. Okay, is it clear for everyone? Now let us try to learn how do we balance a chemical equation. Is it clear, students? Let us move to the next part. Some of the questions which were asked, and there is a probability of asking these questions. What is that? What is a chemical equation? So what is balanced chemical equation? The next, why chemical equation to be balanced, or explain balancing chemical equation with an example stepwise. Okay, so that's very important concept we are going to discuss now. So the many time it was asked in the examinations, a compulsory question, and most of the child, okay, most of the students, they faces problem in balancing chemical equations. Okay, so let us try to learn today how to get rid of this problem, that how to balance a chemical equation. Okay, so please note down these questions. So these were the questions which were asked previously also. There is a probability of getting this question again. So here that is important one. This question was asked for 4 marks in the previous board exams. What is that? Explain balancing chemical equation, right, in a stepwise manner. Okay, so all this is very clear, I think so, that you can able to give an answer, right? So what is that? What is balancing chemical equation? Which have the number of atoms, right, before and after reactions are equal. Such a chemical equation we call balanced chemical equation. So why chemical equation to be balanced? According to law of conservation of mass. Mass is neither created nor destroyed but can be transferred from one form to other form. Okay, so hence chemical equation to be balanced. Now let us learn how do we balance a chemical equation in a stepwise manner. Okay, I'll start with the best example, combustion of propane. Okay, combustion of propane. Okay, then let us start with this example. So here there are the certain rules to be followed, children. Okay, what are those and how to write? First, step 1, right? What is the step 1 is, we need to write correct chemical equation. We have to write a correct chemical equation using symbol and formula. So what is the combustion of propane? What is the symbols and formula that could be used? C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2. That's the first step, right? Now let us step 2. Step 2 is count number of atoms on both the sides of equation, that is on the left hand side and right hand side. Okay, so what are reactants here? These are the reactants and these are the products. What is the second step? Count number of atoms, right, on both sides of equation. Both sides of equation, right? So what are those? What are the elements which are involved here? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, so what are the elements which are involved, which are present on the right hand side or which are present on the left hand side will also be on the right hand side, right? So okay, that is the third one. So we have to count the number of atoms which are present on the left hand side and right hand side. Is it clear? So how many atoms are present on the carbon on the left hand side? 3. On the right hand side 1. So here it is nothing but the number, nothing which is written here, it indicates 1. Hydrogens are 8 on the left hand side and 2 on the right hand side, right? Oxygen 2 on the left hand side, whereas 2 plus 3 on the right hand side. So these are the number of elements which are present on both sides of equation. Okay, is it clear? What is the first step? You have to write a correct chemical equation by using symbols and formulas. Second, we have to count the number of atoms on both the sides of equation. on the left hand side, right hand side. Are these number of atoms are equal? No. Right? If they are not equal, we need to proceed for the next step. If they are equal, we need to end there only, and we have to write our balanced equation. Okay, is it clear? Now let us move for the third step. What is the third step? What is the first step? Correct chemical formula. Second step, counting number of atoms on both sides. Now the third step. What is our formula? C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. Right? Step number 3. Okay. From these equation, we have to select one of the compound which have more number of atoms. So here I will select this one. C3H8 have more number of atoms, right? So that is, let us balance. Among these, we have to select any one of the element. Carbon. Let us balance the carbon. Okay. Number of carbons on the left hand side are how many? C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. Right. So number of carbons on the left hand side are 3, but on the right hand side are 1. So what I need to do, right, where I need to balance? I need to balance on the right hand side. So multiply with suitable number so that could bring equal on both the sides. If I multiply this 1 with 3, right, I will get 3 number of atoms on both the sides equal. So place these number as a coefficient before CO2, right? So जहां कम है वहां suitable number से multiply करना है. We need to multiply with a suitable number, okay, so that could bring equal on both the sides. So here number of car I have multiplied with 3. So place this 3 number before CO2. You are not supposed to change a formula. फॉर्मूले का सबस्क्रिप्ट चेंज नहीं करना, फॉर्मूला को चेंज नहीं करना एट एनी कॉस्ट, राइट? डू नॉट चेंज द फॉर्मूले. ओके, वी नीड टू प्लेस दैट नंबर बिफोर दैट फॉर्मूला. इज इट क्लियर? सो नंबर ऑफ कार्बन आर बैलेंस्ड नाउ. ठीक है, दैट इज स्टेप 3. नाउ स्टेप 4. आफ्टर कार्बन वी नीड टू बैलेंस हाइड्रोजन्स. राइट डाउन द स्टेप 3 हियर. 3CO2 plus H2O. Now count number of hydrogens. Number of hydrogens on the left hand side are 8, but on the right hand side are 2. Okay, now select a suitable number to be multiplied. If I multiply with 4, I will get 8, right? 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. 4 से multiply करोगे तो आपको 8 आएगा, right? Which is equal on both the sides. Okay, now place this number 4 before H2O. Now number of hydrogens are balanced. Is it clear? ठीक है. Now the next step, step number 5. Step number 5 के लिए step number 4 लिखिएगा, right? O2 gives rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Now finally count oxygen atoms. Now carbons are balanced, right? चेक करो, हर बार जब आप बैलेंस करते हो तो रीचेक कर लेना चाहिए इक्वल है या नहीं, right? So here 3 carbons, 8 hydrogens, 8 hydrogens. Now finally we are left with oxygen. There are 2 oxygens on the left hand side, but 3 into 2 6 plus 1 into 4 4, 10 hydrogens, right? So oxygens. 2 oxygens on the left hand side, 10 oxygens on the right hand side. So where I need to balance left hand side, so multiply with suitable number. If I multiply with 5, I'll get number of oxygen atoms same on both the sides. So place 5 before O2. Now oxygens are balanced. Okay, now check any other atoms are left? No, right? So here after balancing all this, we need to recheck, right? Recheck it. C3H8 plus 5O2 gives rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Finally recheck, right, your equation. Now number of carbons are 3 balance. Hydrogens are 8 on the left hand side, 4 into 2 8 on the right hand side, balanced. Oxygens 10 on the left hand side, 3 into 2 6, multiply करना चाहिए, 3 into 2 6 plus 1 into 4 4 10. So our balanced chemical equation is, right, C3H8 plus 5O2 gives rise to 3CO2 plus 4H2O. This is our balanced chemical equation. This is how do we balance in a stepwise manner. Is it clear, student? Hope it is very clear for you all. So what we did in all these cases, जहाँ कम है वहाँ पे हमने क्या किया है, एक्सोटेबल नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई करके उसको आगे रखा है ताकि वो बैलेंस कर सके नंबर ऑफ एटम्स बोथ साइड्स को। आपको फॉर्मूला चेंज नहीं करना है किसी हाल में, ठीक है। थोड़े रूल्स है, रूल्स बताता हूं। पहला रूल क्या है, आपको रिएक्टेंस लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लिखना है, प्रोडक्ट राइट हैंड साइड पे लिखना है। सेकंड, ठीक है, सो नंबर ऑफ एटम्स काउंट करना है। नंबर ऑफ एटम्स काउंट करने के बाद आपको एक कंपाउंड सेलेक्ट करना है जिसके अंदर नंबर ऑफ एटम्स ज्यादा है। उस कंपाउंड को सेलेक्ट करने के बाद यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट एन एलिमेंट। हियर आई हैव सेलेक्टेड कार्बन, राइट। सो कार्बन एक बाई एक वन एलिमेंट को सेलेक्ट करते हुए आपको बैलेंस करना है। इज इट क्लियर फॉर एवरीवन? सो दिस इज व्हाट, हाउ डू वी बैलेंस ए केमिकल इक्वेशन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन, ठीक है। एंड वन मोर पॉइंट, जो भी कोएफिशिएंट्स आप ऐड कर रहे हो, दोस कोएफिशिएंट शुड बी सिंपल होल नंबर रेशियो, ठीक है। सो दीज आर अबाउट द बैलेंसिंग केमिकल इक्वेशंस. Hope you have understood this example very clearly. It's important for 4 marks. Okay, in the next session we'll study how to balance with few more examples. So that's it for the day. In the next session we'll study with few more examples of balancing chemical equation. Hope you have understood this. So if you like this video, please do like it, share it and subscribe it, and press the bell icon to get the latest notification of our videos. Thank you students, have a good day.